Hey YouTube, how are we all doing? Lego Leprechaun here again, and this time with a Batcave update. So welcome all, as always guys, and I want to thank you all again for following me, subscribing to me, and anyone that's new to the channel, thanks so much. A lot of subscriptions came in since the last, December, so very thankful guys, very much appreciated. So right, just running you through of what's going on here, and we'd say what I had done. So just a stand back point of view, looking in. Again, nothing on this area has changed. Our suit room is out at the moment because I'm getting each pod, with each suit inside in each pod, just lit up by a friend of mine, and he's doing a great job. He's got half it done already. So when that's in, I'm going to show you that, with each pod lit up. It looks great already. So everything else is the same. The gym up in the top left, the trophy room on top right, and the weapons room, which I haven't got lit up at the moment. I have lights for it, but I just didn't install them because I know if I come in and start work on the cave, guys, the update goes out the window. I keep saying I'll do it later and I don't. So update first, because you know yourself, once you get addicted to it, you can't stop. But the main prize here today for me is the Batwing and installing that, and it's a monster. And when I say that, the amount of rock, what shall I say, I keep calling it rock because it's in my brain for the last 2-3 weeks, the amount of grey slopes, shall I say, dark bluish grey slopes, that I got into this, along with, we'd say, coloured brick from behind. Jesus, it's just phenomenal. I couldn't believe it. And the height, like, my idea here was, the height here on this was roughly going to come to the top of the cave, and I found then that as I was moving on with this, it's gone way up above it already, you know. But the cave doesn't exactly have to be level, and I do have plans, we'd say, for where it's going to be positioned in the city, and with Wayne Manor on top of it. So again, if you're new to this update guys, you could go back a few updates and you'll see my city and see where it is, and you'll see where Wayne Manor is. This will be kind of installed, not fully underneath the table. I'll talk more about what I will be doing as I'm drawing closer to finishing the cave itself. But yeah, so this was a fair bit of work, right? And especially trying to join the top up here, bringing it across, because Lego, as you know, works, we'd say, in like a plus sign, you know, front, lateral, you know, diagonal is a different job altogether, like when you're trying to especially do the slopes. So there's a lot of work on that. So I'll just draw into that there in a few minutes when we get up and walk around it. But the one thing I will say is I'm using the non-traditional, I suppose, Batwing. This is from Batman vs Superman, and one, I love the Batwing. I think it's cool, and I know it doesn't have the, we'd say, typical real shape of a bat, you know, but what I did do is I put the yellow background on it against the black. I suppose what I'm going for more in this cave, guys, is a bit more of a realistic, as opposed to the, you know, like, I love the Jack Nicholson Batman, and I love the Heath Ledger one. But I suppose the transport, I love the Christian Bale's Dark Knight. I love the tumbler and stuff like that, but I actually didn't get that. I just came in a little after that, we'd say, when I started Lego, and I missed it. But I do love the Batmobile from Batman vs Superman. I think it's a lovely car. I think it's a nice build, the Lego build itself. And I took the Nightcrawler in here from the Justice League, and I put it there as well. I do find that, we'd say, anything from the Lego movie is massive. Regarding the Batwing itself, from that is huge. I was wondering, could I try and fit it up there, but it just wasn't happening. The thing was a monster because there's a massive span to it. If the wings would have folded, I might have got somewhere, but they don't, they fold the other way, so I was taking the look off it. So and even at that, you know, what's in there is big enough, so I don't think I would have fitted. Like, the attention of someone's eyes would have went straight to that, if I went with it, as opposed to what I have. So yeah, so let me know what you think of these anyway, guys. I'm always open to suggestions, you know yourselves, like, it's great, you have some great suggestions, and I love looking at the comments after. And again, there's such positivity, and it's such positivity, I love it. So up here, the usual, for those of you who are new to it anyway, I'll just take you through it quickly. Here's our operating area. Again guys, I keep saying the last few updates on this, nothing major has been done on this area. It's just a kind of a platform that I just put in this kind of round area of the cave, and not sure, like when I done it first, all these little grids and stuff, I thought, oh, this is great, I love it. And then as I moved on, that's the one thing, as you move on doing, we'd say, the cave, as I'm moving on right down, you just get that little more skilled and you get more ideas as it goes on. And because I just finished this literally last night down here, it was like I have so many new ideas now for back here, you know. So this is just a kind of a template, we'd say. At the moment I do plan on maybe improving it, definitely, and we'll see as well. It depends on the placement. I mean, the whole idea was this is supposed to be here, but when I think of it now, and Wayne Manor's going to be on top, we'll say if there's any bit of a garden in front, he's going to be underneath the garden area, and the operating station should be under the house, because he directly comes down here if there's any emergency into the operation station, and then he shoots out on his car, which I just kind of planted the car and the bike here because I will have a kind of a turntable here, and we say an area where you're going to shoot up and out that way. So again, I'm just up and down, in and out, and moving thoughts back and forth about what I'm going to do. So moving on anyway guys, we've got our gym here, and that was in the last update, just quickly covering it. We have it all in there. Again, I don't know if I told you guys, but or I might have told you in 2 updates previous, but I own a gym myself. That's my living, you know. So kind of what you see in here, it's very, if you've ever seen it on YouTube or TV, is Ninja Warrior, and it's a great form of entertainment and great skill as well. It's very much bodyweight stuff, and I love that. I've been doing it for years. So with here we've got the tire, we've got rings, we have our standard weights and plates and racks, and then we have our salmon ladder, which is the 2 yellow things here where you just catch the bar and go up like this. So if you've seen it, you'd know what it is, and if you didn't, go check it out, because it is cool. It is. Again, nothing but a gap here, so sorry about that. We'll bring in the suits room for the next update, and then we've got the trophy room guys. So just again, anything in here, the usual: Joker's card, Riddler's cane, Catwoman's helmet and whip, Scarecrow's mask, Penguin's hat and umbrella, and a few bits like Harley Quinn, if you can see it there, has the hammer, the wig, Mr. Freeze's ice gun, and at the back we've a plant for Poison Ivy, which is to counteract her plants and her poison, and on the right of that we have Superman's kryptonite and Harvey Dent's coin. Now the dinosaur, as you can see there, is a tiny thing that came with a set, but look, if I just draw back, that's where my dinosaur is going to be, up here, the big brute coming out. I'll be working on a bit of green light for him. I like the shape of him. It's a pity he wasn't in green, but he'll do for now. And again guys, I know, sorry about the lighting here, but that's our weapons room. It will be dark, or sorry, brighter shall I say, the next update, because I'll have the lights installed. So we've all our stuff, kind of cable guns, and again, he doesn't do the real bullets thing, so depending on, I suppose, the interpretation of Batman you like. So yeah guys, some of these figs that are floating around here, like the Flash, and we'd say the Joker and Dent and stuff like that, they're just out of the minifig packs. I just stuck them there for now. Again, our pathway comes around here, and then it goes up the back, and it brings us all the way over here to our rooms. And I have another opening here again, just for the trophy room. Now guys, the work that I was happy with here, that took a bit of thinking and a bit of experimentation, was catching the brick and building it on its side, you know, because the one thing I didn't want, and the cave is going to have a lot of, like, is, I love the rock here, the rock formation, okay, I love doing it. I just get a great kick out of working away and bringing different patterns in, and trying not to fall into a pattern where something looks too much of the same. So if you can see this, the grain here on this side is very out and in, out and in, out and in. It comes up here where we've got a mix of direction, and then it comes across here and it's a different pattern altogether. Not, well, when I say altogether, it's a slightly different pattern. It's very hard to get it completely changed from, we'd say, one side to the other. And then I tried to run that pattern up, continuing that way, and the one down here, I would say run it up, and it's going that way, and then it comes in at the top where it blends. Now what I wanted to do to break that change is put a different form of platform. So I didn't want to have, we'd say, just normal tiles down there and a bit of rock, we'd say like the back rock here, the sloping rock. There's plenty of that already in it, so I built Lego on its side to give that kind of a crevicey, we'd say, cave look, and a change as well, and it breaks up the kind of vertical rock. And I really found out that to me it works anyway, you know, it gives that lovely cave shelfy rock look. So the wing area itself, we just put a small working station, compressed gas tanks, we'd say, fuel, the stuff that you'd need to fly your Batwing out of a cave. So I just put a bit of a station there and the bat there. So that's it, guys, in its entirety. And it took a while, right, working on the diagonal. The diagonal stuff is hard, you know, that's square, and the one over on the right hand side panel is square, but the one here in the middle is diagonal. And trying to run the crossbars and the structure to hang it, again, a fair enough challenge. So yeah, guys, so that's it in a nutshell. I hope you like. By all means, suggestions, comments, love all the feedback. And the next update will be a city update, and that'll be going for next weekend, hopefully. So thank you all, and we'll talk to you in the next update. Lego Leprechaun out.